Hey, welcome in, guys. We're ready for game number 3 of the Global Legends Football League. This one will feature the Anchorage Armageddon against the Montreal Mammoths. And so let's go into team management and take a look at the Armageddon. So here we have Y.A. Tittle, Doug Williams, Jing McMahon, Emmett Smith, Marion Barber, Icky Woods, Frank Gifford, Sam Gash is the fullback. Wide receivers, we got Herman Moore, Hines Ward, Santonio Holmes, Nat Moore, and Joey Galloway. And tight ends, we got Wesley Walls, Jason Witten, and Rodney Holman. Left tackles, we got Chris Samuels and Jumbo Elliott. Left guard, we got Billy Ard and Dave Lapham. Centers, we got Mark Rodenhauser and Bobby Maples. Right guards, we got Ken Huff and Elmer Collette. Not sure how he says it. Right tackles, we got Ken Lanier and Matt Lepsis. Left ends, we got L.C. Greenwood and Doug Martin. Right ends, we got Fred Dean, Ron Yankowski. If I could read, that'd be great. Kabir Baja Biamila. That's a tongue twister. Kudos to the announcers who do that all the time. Joe Phillips, Steve Furness, Charles DeJournet, I'm assuming is how you say that. Justin Bannon. And linebackers, we got Jack Ham, Lauren Taves. Middle linebacker, Takio Spikes. I'll get it out here in a second. Wesley Woodyard, Lawrence Taylor, Patrick Willis. Loaded at linebacker on his team. D'Angelo Hall, Terry McDaniel, Aaron Beasley, Sheldon Brown, Thomas Smith, not looking too bad at cornerback either, or free safety, Jack Tatum and Gary Barbaro. Strong safety, Chris Hope, Bubba McDowell, George Atkins. Kicker, we got Mark Mosley, and punter, we got Matt Turk. And then we will go back and we'll look at the Mammoths. Whoop, if I can get the scroll to work here. Mammoths. We got Roger Staubach, Dante Culpepper, Jim Everett. And then we got Red Grange, Otis Armstrong, Ryan Westbrook, Greg Bell. Tony Carter is a fullback. We got Jerry Rice, Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Boyd Dowler, and Chris Collinsworth. Fairly loaded at wide receiver here too. Got Charlie Sanders at tight end, Charles Clay, and Trey Burton. Anthony Munoz and Dwayne Brown as left tackles. Reggie McKenzie, and Sean Laveo. I'm not sure how you say that. I hope I got it right. Center Ken Mendenhall and Jack Rudney. Right guards Dennis McKnight and Ed White. And right tackle Andy Frederick and Tim Irwin. And then on to the defense, if I don't go too far, that is. Neil Smith, Dennis Harrison, Corey Redding, Croy Bierman, James Hall, Kevin Williams, Michael D. Perry, Refrigerator, Fred Smerlis, and I'm not going to try to say that, but you guys can see it. Sam Mills and Jason Gilden as left outside linebackers. Middle linebackers Sayal and Jeff Simeon. Or Seaman, maybe? I'm not sure. Simon? I'm not sure how he pronounces it. Right outside linebackers, we got Joe Kelly and Dave Washington. And cornerbacks, we got Richard Sherman, Mike Washington, Jerry Gray, Brandon Carr, and Chris Gamble. Free safeties, we got Michael Griffin and Jason Belzer. Strong safeties, we got Tim McDonald, Quentin Michael, and Chad Cota. Kicker, Morton Anderson. Punter, Jim Arnold. So 2 pretty strong teams, as all of these should be, really. And so those are the rosters. We're going to get this game underway here. And we'll stay around to comment a little bit on it. And let me get the stream to the right spot here. No. There we go.
Anderson is just about ready to kick this one away. Oh, back to return. The kick sails out of the end zone. The offense just about ready to call their first play of the game. First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. Hold the look. Let's go now. Number 73 comes up to make the play.
One thing these guys don't want to do is
I missed who the starter was there.
because if they do that, they become one-dimensional, and that plays right into the defense's hands.
Second and 8. Ball on the 22-yard line.
So we got Tittle at quarterback. We got Emmitt Smith as the running back for the Armageddon starting. Makes sense. Emmitt Smith, a Hall of Famer.
At the 35. Smith fighting for yardage that time. He's able to reel off a nice gain. First and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line. The visiting team come out in the bunch formation. Pass play here on first down. Steps up into the pocket. Gets the pass off.
Oh, and somebody, Ward comes down with it in traffic. Wow, what a catch.
First and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line. Let's go. Let's go. Be physical. Number 14 sends a man in motion. Move. Stay soft, man. Not today. The blitz is on.
No.
It's a fumble. The visiting team recovering.
Oof.
Loose in the back.
That was close.
Able to jump on it first.
Whoa, got lucky that time. That's a real heads-up play.
Junior Seau there. Running the huddle.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
Marion Barber in at running back this time. Well, last couple times I should say.
Closing in.
Blitz. They got to him.
Got to the quarterback.
You know what they're doing is running a 3-4. The offensive linemen aren't sure who's
Richard
coming, who's
Sherman
out
with the
back.
sack.
That delayed to a man coming free to the quarterback.
It's now third and long after the sack.
Ball on the 36-yard line. Make him talk it over. Get me going.
Third and forever.
Line up in the quarter defense. Throws it.
No?
And
Nope.
can't hang on.
When it's
Not
raining
quite.
like this, you have to make sure you get the ball secure. It looked like he might have taken his eye off the ball at the last second, and that had a lot to do with him losing it.
Matt Turk will come in to punt it away.
Waiting for the punt.
Not much.
For a gain of 4 yards.
Not much going on there. Hey, Dwayne, welcome back, man. Just getting in another game here.
At the 39-yard line. First and 10.
No more, fellas. Danny.
Armstrong, the deep back. Pass play here on first down. Gets the pass off. Complete to the wide receiver.
Jerry Rice on the first pass of the game for the Mammoths.
The 47-yard line. When you think about guys with great
Decent
hands,
game.
he's very close to the top, John.
I'll tell you what, he does a great job of using his hands and not letting the ball get into his body. He's worked very hard to improve his pass catching, and I think he's become one of the best out there.
And with a counterplay, Mark calls him down behind the line. The defensive line sniffed that play out beautifully.
The guys along the defensive line are very big and very active, and they're very good at sucking up blocks, opening holes for the linebackers to make plays when the other team decides to go with the run.
Come on.
Armstrong, the lone setback, dropping back. Fires this one deep. Incomplete pass. Obviously not what he was looking for.
The intended receiver on the play. Third and 13.
Notice Armstrong's the running back, apparently.
Go, boys. We gotta have it, D. Stay both left. Big play now.
Looks like Westbrook is in for this play.
Pressure. Down he goes.
And there's a sack. That's going to bring up fourth down. Going to have to punt it away.
Guys out there that have non-stop motors. They push
30 rounds of duos. You get any wins?
outside, and they really do a good job applying pressure, forcing the quarterback to throw it before he wants to.
Looks like Joe Phillips came up with that sack. Looks like Culpepper is the quarterback for the Mammoths.
Number 6 will come in now to punt it away. Paul looks like he's ready for the return.
Ooh, kind of came after that.
Won't take a chance trying to return this one.
Thanks for stopping by, man. Hopefully you can get some rest and shoot people in the face again tomorrow.
First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Go right.
He tucks it away.
Little Emmitt Smith action there.
There on the stop at the 26-yard line.
A successful running attack requires good blocking up front to be effective.
Ball on their own 26.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
Here we go, man.
Smith in the backfield. Here they come. Number 14 with the dive.
Here's what happened. You get a guy who can move around back there. The defense gets...
Yeah, if we're all on tomorrow, I might be able to squeeze some in. I'm going to try to get some of these games out of the way, too. I'm
Picks up a first down.
week in, and I'm still on week 1, so not playing them enough.
Let's go. Stretch strong. We're talking about Rhea. Let's go. They ain't got nothing. We turning it up. Play hard and fast, baby.
He takes the delayed handoff. Zaya is there for the carry at the 37-yard line.
When you run the ball in the first half, you're trying to keep the defense honest. But if you're only getting gains like that in the second half, then it puts more pressure on your passing game.
Ball on their own 37.
Neither team really getting anything going yet.
The
Marion Barber in for this
dime pack.
2nd and 7.
The man in motion. Throwing. It's going the other.
Oh, no.
The 40. The 30. The 20.
No.
Touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Defense forces the turnover. Gets it in for the touchdown.
Is that Richard Sherman? I think it might be.
Anderson comes in for the extra point.
Yeah, it was Richard Sherman.
The point after is good.
Here's a situation where the offense can make this negative a positive. The defense will probably be looking to jump another pass. I wouldn't be surprised to see a stop-and-go route. With a good pump fake, maybe they'll get a quick score of their own.
This one is fielded by Hall. The defense made a great play.
Not going to bring it out of the end zone, so they'll take it on the 20.
Back for a touchdown. Ball on their own 20.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
Watch the snap down. All day, baby. Come on. Go make a play.
Hand it off. Spins away from the tackle. Sayow is there for the tackle.
Emmett Smith getting no say out pretty well.
Running hard,
Number of
going
carries
over
with
30
him
on
making the tackle so far.
Second and 3. Ball on the 27-yard line.
Turn it up now. Under 10. Get my hand up.
They give it to the halfback.
Got it again.
Griffin comes up to make the play at the 40-yard line. Great run there. That'll be a first down.
He really ran well there. He gets some great blocks, and he has patience as he picks up the first down.
Ball on their own 40.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
They'll go from the I formation.
Watch out.
Gives the ball off.
Little Marion Barber carry.
There on the stop at the 43-yard line. Barber rumbles forward for a gain of 4.
Big time rushing advantage so far for the Armageddon.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
Will.
Looking upfield.
Another Barber carry.
Comes up to make the play at the 47.
This is one of those games where you just keep running it at him. 4 yards here, 5 yards there, and loosen them up, and then wham. You knock them out late in the game with that long touchdown run.
4-yard gain on the play.
We got it. All right, let's go. Come on.
Barber's still in.
Give all you got. This it.
Throwing. Griffin is there for the tackle. They convert for the first down on that throw.
They ran the
Robert
perfect
Griffin
play to
brings
get
him down. I
those
think it's
couple of
Robert
yards.
Griffin.
Ball on the 38.
Oh, Michael Griffin, my bad. Able to bring him down.
Number 14 sends a man in motion.
That was Donald Driver. No. Looking at the wrong team.
He gets the handoff on the delay.
That was Jason Witten actually made that catch.
At the 32-yard line.
When you have a good
Emmett's
balance
back.
of run and pass on offense, the defense doesn't have a chance to focus in on either one of them. They need to be prepared to cover both options.
It's second down and 4 to go.
32-yard line.
Watch the run. Defense, get ready.
Hand it off.
Emmett Smith again. Oh, he fumbles. Oh, they got it back. Wow.
Very angry at that missed opportunity.
Emmett putting it on the ground in the rain. That's not like him.
And this is the 8th play of this drive. Let's see what they can do in the red zone.
Stay at home.
So they're inside the 20. Need to get a touchdown. Number 50 is
And they go back to Barber.
at the 17. Barber
So, was he tired or did they take him out because he fumbled?
And this is the 9th play of this drive. They're in the red zone.
17-yard line.
Let's go. From the start. We like to pass the rules.
Pressure coming. Throwing. Incomplete. They won the battle at the line of scrimmage and forced a bad throw.
Every quarterback needs a little time to look over the field. There we saw a defense who wasn't given any time at all.
This is the
3rd and
10th
7.
play of this drive.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
Hey, watch the ball.
They come out in a dime package.
Barber still in.
Stepping back. Steps up into the pocket. Gets rid of it. And he hits his target.
Oh.
Touchdown, visiting
Wow, he
team.
got there.
Watch this catch by the tight end. I always say the tight end is always more of a threat in the red zone.
That's Wesley Walls, I believe.
His skills sometimes
Yep.
cause matchup problems for the defense.
Be able to even it up here with that.
The extra point attempt is good.
No matter what kind of field position you start with, as an offensive player, you got to be thinking touchdown. These guys kept their eye on the end zone, and that's exactly the kind of drive they were looking for.
Looks like he's just about ready to kick this one off. He got all of that one. From the 8-yard line. Gray returns this one to the 22-yard line.
First and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Get it started.
Sanders comes in motion. He tucks it away. Martin is there on the
Armstrong got nowhere to go there.
Armstrong battles his way forward for what appears to be a 2-yard pickup. Ball on their own 23.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
Here I go.
And we're ready to start the second quarter.
And so far, there seems to be a little bit more defense in this game than there was the last two.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
We'll see if that holds true the rest of the game here.
The visiting team come out in a dime package. Throwing, and the catch is made. Right, didn't have much room to do anything with that one.
Yeah, they had the coverage, and they made the sure play instead of trying something fancy, like going for the pick.
It's third down, 2 to go.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
Hold the look. Come on. No more, fellas. Here we come.
With the throw.
We'll dump off to the halfback for the first down there.
38.
This is good communication between the quarterback and his receiver to keep the chains moving. They know where the first down marker is, and they recognize the type of coverage the defense is playing. The ball is there, and so is the catch.
Defense, get ready. Deuce it, deuce it. Let's go. Be fierce. It's on. Let's go. Careful.
Throws it. Turns.
Oh, what a catch.
Comes up to make the play. At the
Rice again.
45-yard line. The powerful arm brings them a first down this time.
Not only did the quarterback show off his strong arm, but the receiver displayed some amazingly soft hands. A great throw with an even better catch is always an easy way to pick up first down.
Here we go.
Gives the ball off. Under pressure.
Uh-oh.
Batted away. He had to unload
Ooh, that was
man
close.
in a hurry.
Yeah, he felt those guys closing in and gunned the ball out of there.
Second and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line.
Watch your
The
eyes.
backs are lined up in an eye.
Don't stop. Don't stop that motor.
Martin is there on the stop
with the
at
carry.
the 40-yard line.
This team's always trying to get a good mix of run
Oh,
and
we're
pass
finally
play.
positive for rush yards.
Third down play. They have to get it to the 35-yard line for a new first.
Blue down, blue down. One of us gonna make a play. Let's turn it up.
Culpepper spreads them out.
Let's go now. Check it. Stay both now. All right, let's go.
Brings it down looking to run. Spins away. McDaniel is there for the tackle at the 27-yard line.
Right here is how he can hurt you. They get him in a third down situation.
Wow.
But if they can give him a lane to run through, he's going to take it. And right there, he takes it for a big first down.
Here we come. Watch the play. Go low. Go low.
With a counter play. Tatum comes up
Oh,
to
it's
make
finally
the
got
run
loose.
at the 8
Armstrong.
10-yard gain that time. Ball on the 18-yard line.
Ball on the 18-yard line.
Safety right. Get it up.
Throws it with the catch. Holt is there for the tackle
on the
at the
reception.
8. And
The
again, he
result of the play
demonstrates
is
his
a
great
first
hands.
down.
You know, when a quarterback has a guy like this, who
Greg Jennings on that reception.
throws, he can become kind of a security blanket. If he gets in trouble or he starts feeling pressure, he can look in his direction because he has so much confidence in
Let's
him.
do our thing.
Out of the I formation. Right, the motion man. Hands it off. is there on the stop at the 4-yard line. They can't get the blocking they need, and now it'll be 2nd down and goal. Four more yards to the end zone.
On the 4-yard line.
Watch screen. Watch this.
Keep the throttle down.
They line up in the I
Here we go,
formation.
baby.
A little misdirection. Sharp stiff arm. Hope is there for the
Wow.
at the 7-yard line.
No blocking on that play.
They stop him for a loss.
The defense is well coached. Everyone knows what their assignment is. That time they worked as a team and they made it look easy.
It's 3rd and goal
Ball on the
at the 7.
7-yard line.
You gotta believe it. It's RJ. Hold the look. You can't
The defense lines up in the nickel.
Westbrook in for this play at halfback.
Play to the right. Tatum comes up to make the play at the 7-yard line. No can do. The defense comes up with a stop on 3rd and goal.
I'm assuming they'll take the field goal here. Yep. Looks that way.
Anderson will try to put them ahead with this field goal.
Morton Anderson, their kicker.
Veteran kicks it through.
What they want to do now is to realize they've established some things on offense and to improve upon them the next drive to get a TD rather than a field goal.
Jeez, getting tired, guys. Wow. Pardon me.
From the 9-yard line. Couldn't stop them from getting into the end zone the last time out.
On the return. They'll start the drive at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
Here I go. Watch the play.
Emmett Smith back in at running back for the Armageddon.
He's brought down behind the line for a short loss.
Didn't get that guy blocked.
Behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
I'll tell you, he's one of the most knowledgeable defenders in the league. He knows how to play the game, and he always knows what's going on.
2nd and long.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
Let us dictate. Go make a play.
Smith, the lone back. They give it to the halfback. Number 50 is there on the stop.
Ball
The
carrier.
defense held their positions and didn't let him get very far.
Gain of 2.
Not much doing on the running this time.
Ball on their own 26.
Ball on the
It's not as much as
Everything you got.
they had in the first half. Success, that is.
From the shotgun. On the run. They've got the screen. Stiff arm.
Oh, he cuts back against the grain. It's not going to do him any good.
At the 25. Great defensive effort to keep them from getting close to the sticks.
Well, there aren't too many plays in the playbook for 3rd and a mile. You got to try something other than a short route.
Turk is ready to punt this one away. Gray lines up deep for the punt return. And
Big,
so the punt goes
nice
out of
kick.
bounds. Inside their own 20.
Ball on the 5-yard line.
Knock him out. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package.
Bring it up.
Here comes the blitz. Spikes is there for the tackle. At the 9.
Gain on the
Just a
play.
short gain that time, John, after the scramble.
You're not going to catch those guys out of position very often. That time they were right there to make the stop before he could get very far.
2-minute
Ball on
warning
the
coming up.
9-yard line.
Fox left. Let's ride, man. Here we come.
3-point lead and the ball. I'm wondering if they'll just try to run clock here.
Blitz is coming. With the pass.
Nope. Apparently not.
Tatum is there on the stop at the
Uh-oh.
38-yard line.
Donald Driver's injured.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
Stay backside.
Jeez.
And we've reached the 2-minute mark here in the
Ball on
first
the
half.
38-yard line.
Watch out. Hold
high pass.
You can go to this guy anytime, even if it's not a perfect throw. He has the uncanny ability
That's
to
Chris
always come up
Collinsworth.
with a catch.
Look at that.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go now.
Culpepper from the shotgun. Gets rid of it. Jumping and has it.
Watch this. He stands him up, and he puts him right down. That's stopping in your tracks right there. The defense can't afford to take too many gambles by going for a pick when they should just try and knock it down. One mistake can lead to a big play for the offense.
Shotgun, shotgun. Nothing. They don't get nothing.
The blitz is on. Gets the pass off. He hits his receiver. Hall makes the tackle at the 36-yard line. So they get 2 first downs on their last 2 plays.
And they're getting it done by seeing the whole field and taking what the defense gives them.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
Here we go. I can do it, baby.
6. Did he say Hall?
On the call, Taylor is there for the tackle.
86 should be Sanders.
35-yard line.
I know they didn't get much, but it's all about making the defense respect the fact that you're willing to run.
2nd and 9. Culpepper
Ball on the
stops the clock
35-yard
there.
line. The offense calls a timeout.
Oh no, that's 88. My bad. Dowler is 86.
Was taken out earlier with a minor injury, but now returns to the game.
Watch the snap down. We're coming to red. It's showtime, baby.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package, dropping back, throwing. No one near his receiver.
Short one to Rice.
He records his 3rd tackle of the game.
That's a good call. They had the defense caught, and they knew it.
And this is the 8th play of this
Ball
drive.
on the 26-yard line.
Let's go, D. Get it started. Bring it up, bring it up.
Armstrong, the lone setback. Gets the delayed handle.
Uh-oh.
He loses it.
I assume they got it back. I didn't see anything saying offense or defense recovered.
9th play of this drive.
Ball
Yeah,
on the
got it back apparently.
29-yard line.
Three shoot. One of us gonna make a play.
Gives the ball off. Great fake. Gets rid of it. Tatum is there for the tackle at the 8-yard line. They throw it in.
Jerry Rice having a little bit of a day.
Well, when you start to establish something, you want to keep it going until the defense finds a way to stop you.
8 is the magic number right now.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
Hey, watch that screen. All right, let's go. From the start, from the
Their
start.
last red zone trip resulted in a field goal. Ooh,
Ooh.
what a collision. Phillips records the
Loss of
sack.
4 on
That's the kind of
play.
thing you got to do. You got to find a way.
I believe
to
that's
put
his
pressure
second
on him
sack for the
and
game.
disrupt his timing in the pocket.
He got to the quarterback again to record his 2nd sack of the
Ball
game.
on the
Yep, thought so.
2nd and goal at the 13-yard line. Culpepper
offense
stops the
calls a
clock with that timeout.
I'll try and take the 3 here. Extend the lead a little bit.
So this one will be from about 31 yards out. The kick sails through. It's good.
And give credit to the kicker there. It's nice to have a guy that can make your drive worth 3, even if you don't get it into the end zone every time.
Oh my.
Anderson will be kicking off.
That should wrap the half up, I would assume.
This one is fielded by Hall.
Don't know if they'll kneel or run or something here, but I wouldn't expect anything too drastic.
And this should be the last play of the
Ball
half.
on the 40-yard line.
Although I guess they could try throwing it deep, see if they can get a PI.
Shotgun. He'll pass on 1st down. Steps up into the pocket, heaving it over the middle.
Yeah, he did throw it deep.
This one falls incomplete. Good one.
Did not get a PI.
Score, the home team ahead of the visiting team. 13 7.
At the end of the first half, the score is the home team 13, the away team 7. We're ready to begin the third quarter of play.
Turk in to kick this one off.
Mammoths will get the ball first with the lead.
The kick sails out of the end zone. The home team will start the drive from the 20. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
Under 10, 10. Let's go. You gotta have it, D.
They can't get it done on the ground on first down, John, but they're still leading in this one.
Some teams manage to get by pretty well without a solid running game. And that's mostly because their passing game is very effective, especially their short passing game. Sometimes you see a quarterback purposely underthrow a receiver, so the defensive back overruns it. I don't think that was the case there.
Driver was the intended receiver on that play. Culpepper scans the defense from the gun, spins away, drops the interception.
Watching
I
here,
just cannot
he's
come up with that
patient,
one.
But he's strong enough and mobile enough to get away from the rush and avoid the sack. Now you need a quarterback who can do things like that, because sometimes an incompletion can be a pretty good play.
Dump it on. Keep your eyes up.
Drops back, gets the pass off, almost intercepted.
Oof.
Sometimes in zone coverage, a quarterback will throw to a spot
Close.
where his receiver is supposed to be. That time, the only one there was a defender who couldn't make the catch.
Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up to punt. He's waving for the fair catch.
Fair catch made at the 37-yard line.
Ball on their own
Over
37.
at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. All day, baby. Come on.
Smith, the lone back. Witten, the man in motion. Hand it off. McDonald comes up to make the play. At the 44-yard
Going back to
line.
Emmett.
They've done a pretty good job moving the ball in the ground.
It's 2nd down and 3 to go.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
Come on. We're coming to wreck.
Still got Smith in the
Number
game as a
14
running
with the
back.
man in motion.
So we gonna take it.
He hands it off.
Got the edge sealed a little bit
At the
there.
48-yard line. He found the ball carrier to make his 4th stop of the game.
To 71 yards. He might get 100 out of this game.
Play hard and fast, baby. Not today. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Y.A. Tittle bring him to the line here.
Receives the handoff. Saya is
Continuing to run the ball.
Smith takes advantage of a little daylight, picks up 3 yards. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
Hey, storm, storm, storm.
Marion Barber in.
Hold the look. Let's go.
Hand it off. Play action. Throwing.
Ooh. Oh, ho, ho.
Was the one they were trying to get the ball to.
I thought for sure that was picked off.
On the play. Third and 7. Ball on the 46-yard line.
A little more defense in this game than the first two, I will say that.
The home team come out in a nickel package. Number 14 with a man in motion. Drops back, closing in.
Look out.
Gets rid of it. It's broken up.
That's just the
Oof.
kind of play they've come to expect from him. He always seems to make the big play
Big pressure
just
there.
when they need him to.
Balls was his intended target.
You gonna punt it away? Yep.
Punter will have his 3rd chance coming up
Matt
here.
Turk in to punt.
And he signals for the fair catch.
Touchback. First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Rush in. And
Culpepper in.
Very little
See what he can do with
success running on
Otis
first down
Armstrong
with
here.
the lead.
And running is important, but they've got other weapons that can get them in the end zone.
Tosses it left.
Yep, tosses it out.
This one will be spotted at the 20-yard line.
Can't get outside the
And that's now
defense.
3 tackles for him in this game.
When your running game is
Probably see him go
struggling,
back to Jerry Rice here soon.
from some of your other players. They can loosen it up a little with a few passes. It should open up those running lanes again.
Get it, Sarge. Lucky. Come on.
A little misdirection.
No, staying on the ground.
Taylor is
Well,
there
good
on
decision that time.
at the 29.
A solid running game starts with a blocking of the offensive line. But the ball carrier must have good vision so he can take advantage of the holes that they open up.
3rd and 1. Ball on the 29-yard line.
Haven't seen the Mammoths tight end get involved much this game so far.
With the throw.
Double covering on Rice.
Rice was the intended receiver
Bring up
on that
4th
play.
down.
Hope with the coverage.
They got a 6-point lead. I'm assuming they're going to punt. Yep, sure are. Jim Arnold in.
Number 6 comes into the game for the punt. Hall into return. And he chooses not to return this one.
Holding on the receiving team. Number 51.
Penalties and
That's gonna
takeaways
back 'em
can
up a
really
little.
kill a team. Usually the team with the fewest mistakes out there will win the game.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
So let's see if they stay with Emmett being down 6 still. Or if they try to go to the air here more.
And with a counterplay,
Nope, gonna stay on the ground.
Mills
That
is there on the stop. You know,
didn't
Johnny
sustain
always
that
seems
block.
to be in perfect position to make a play.
He's all about effort. His motor's always running at 100%.
Hey Travis.
The experience to diagnose plays.
Oh hey dude. I don't play, dude. I create the teams. They're all 32 custom teams, and then what I did with this is I went to a football database site, which you can look up the approximate value of each player to that their team,
26-yard line.
and I used those values to pull in the top however many I needed to make out 32 teams.
Ball on their own.
Then I randomized it so that they got put on whatever team they got put on, and then I went to
They'll go from the shotgun.
which I also got their numbers off that site as well.
Going long, the 40. He's
Oh,
got
hit it over the top.
is there on the stop. At the
Hines Ward with the reception.
job
And then I went to either Mutthead or the actual Madden game rosters to get the ratings for all the players.
on the 29-yard line.
If there was anybody I couldn't find, because I did do this back to the beginning of the start of football.
Only one man back. Leave it on.
So anybody I couldn't find, I randomized the number for that particular skill
Running style
based on the other players that I did have ratings for at that same skill.
on that run.
And then I had to go through and put them all in the teams. Being that that took so long, I did not do any player models. So,
Receives the
I mean, they don't obviously look like, oh, that's a good run from Barber there. He hasn't been able to get loose too much so far.
pushing his way through the would-be tackler.
And then I turned it into, I have a little utility for Madden 08, and I turned it into a franchise, so it can have actual multiple seasons. Oh, thanks, man. I enjoy making the teams, like the uniforms and the logos and stuff like that. Now, I will say I didn't make all of these, like the Armageddon I got from, there was an old football site that was dedicated to,
The 7. Barber busted through for a few tough yards.
God, I can't remember the name of the football game now. It was made by Winter Valley, and the same guy that's with Canuck Play now that's doing the Maximum Football. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Nor what they called the game, to be honest.
Puts it on the ground. The visiting team grabbed the live ball.
But there was a site dedicated to that called Thornbirds, and they had their spinning helmets that they had. I don't know how they did it, but it was cool as hell.
6 yards.
And this is one of the logos that they actually had, and obviously Armageddon was part of that as well. I put them in Anchorage for this to serve my purpose, but as I say global, I have I think there's a Ooh.
The visiting team recovering.
Oh, they got it
Punt
back.
bounce.
I have Montreal, Anchorage obviously is Alaska, but that's technically U.S. I have London Wolfpack, so they're overseas. I think I have a couple others that might be either overseas or Canadian. Let's see, I got the Anchorage Armageddon, Montreal Mammoths that are playing now. I have
But you hate to have your offense
Newark
be in rhythm all the
Nukes,
way down the
St.
field,
Louis
just to
Slaughter,
come off track at the end. I'm sure you'll find that
Alcatraz
to be a benefit
Convicts,
the next time you
Reno
get down there.
Aces, Portland Poison, San Jose Quake, Charlotte Knights, Kentucky Grizzlies, Hartford Rockers, UK Cannabis. Yes, there is a pot leaf on their helmet as a logo.
This one is fielded by
DC Spirit, Kansas She Devils, New Jersey Night Stalkers, Ohio Dog Pound, which they're kind of modeled after the Browns, even though I'm a Chiefs fan, but that's okay. Color-wise, not team-wise. Yeah, the cannabis like that. Honolulu Powerhouse, Phoenix, Las Vegas Gamblers, San Quentin Convicts. You got two convicts. Arkansas Pandas, Georgia Jacks, which the Jacks is just shortened for jack-o'-lantern, so they have like a pumpkin glowing face on the helmet, black helmet. I mean, if you see more of them, you'll understand some of them. Louisville Luck, Mexico City Minotaurs, Little Rock Lightning, Memphis Flood, Myrtle Beach Sharks, Orlando Locos, Birmingham Blitz, Dover Dragons, London Wolfpack I mentioned, and Toronto Chainsmokers. And they have the Marlboro logo, like the cigarette pack, on their helmets. So a couple of comic ones in there.
Good defensive stand there. Now they'll punt it away after a 3-and-out.
And this first week I've been going over all the rosters when I start the game. I probably will only do that in week 1, and people will just see who's playing by watching the games after that.
First and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I just I try to find interesting. Like if you look at the Mammoths playing here, the Maroon team, if you look at their helmets, I try to find interesting images that I can use as logos, and then I kind of just go from there. And then the logos here up on the scoreboard, they're made with an actual program called Pickoff. You love stuff like that? I love doing it. I think it's fun. I'm kind of a stats person, so I'm okay with just watching and then see, at the end of the year who can win the championship and what kind of stats everybody has. I'm just kind of that kind of junkie. Which excites me about Super Mega Baseball 3 that's coming, because they're putting in a franchise mode and a watch game option, which they don't currently have. Because I'd actually thought about doing, because you can do men and women on that. So I had thought about doing the League of Their Own movie, the All-American Pro Girls Baseball League, or whatever it's called. And I had actually started that, but they said that on N2, but they said 3's coming out this month, so I've kind of waited on that, because I only had two of the 10, might be 10 teams, 10 or 12 teams, I can't remember for sure. So kind of took a pause on that, and I'm trying to find their stats and use those to give me the ratings, just with formulas that I make up that make it somewhat livable in the game. But I mean, once the third one comes out, we'll see. They're supposed to be making an export tool for that, so I can bring stuff that I've already made over because I created a 30 team, 30 or 32 team league over there that I actually play that one because you can't do watch game. And some of the logos that I used over there are similar, but I had to make them in the logo editor, so they look a little different, but you can see similarities between them and these.
They wind up in reverse that time. Good push in the middle of the line.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. If the defense gets that much penetration, you're going to go backward.
Yeah, my wife's gone down that road. I mean, I go way back with all this stuff. I used to, back on the Sega even, I used to play the NFL games, and then for whatever reason I would write all the stats down and stuff, and track it that way. I don't know why. I mean, normally, I guess I would do it like, say, Mike Ditka football, because it wasn't like EA. It didn't have its own franchise mode. It just had a season. But I do remember doing it on Madden too, and I don't know why. I have no idea why I did it, because Madden does it itself, so I don't know why I did it. But I've always been into math and statistics and numbers. Just a thing, I guess. So how you doing tonight? What are you up to? Other than popping in here, that is. Only a 3-point game in the fourth quarter here. A little more defense in this game. The first two games were pretty high scoring. Yeah, I go into team management for each game and go over each position of each team so you can see who's in it. Laying in bed, giggity. Uh-oh. Ward for the touchdown. That'll put him ahead as well. What do you got to get up at 3:30 on a Sunday for?
Mosley comes in to attempt the point after. The point after is good.
Both of these teams are going to
The Armageddon take the lead. Got to work on Sunday? That sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I used to be that way, dude. I can sympathize. I had several jobs I worked weekends on. Well, even the place I work at now, I had weekends when I was a tech. But it's been a while since I had to do that. After moving to division and now corporate, it's a little bit more predictable for the most part. I almost had to stay late Friday, but ended up not having to do it. So, or Thursday, I think it was actually. Otis Armstrong gets a few yards this time. So I don't know if you checked out these guys, but you got Culpepper at quarterback here. You got Jerry Rice as at the right wide receiver there. So I'm assuming you didn't catch the front part of the. I'm kind of surprised Roger Staubach's not the quarterback. And then they got Jim Everett as well. They got Red Grange, Brian Westbrook, and Otis Armstrong, and Greg Bell at running back. Tony Carter as fullback. They got Rice, Donald Driver, who got hurt a little bit ago. Greg Jennings, Boyd Dowler, and Chris Collinsworth at wide receiver. And they got Charlie Sanders, Trey Burton, and Charles Clay at tight end. So they're loaded at tight end, but I don't even think I've seen them throw a pass to tight end yet. Moved to day shift for a couple of years, which will be Monday through Thursday in October. Yeah, that's cool. At least you know it's coming. Niner Empire. I'm a Chiefs man. Got my wish this year. I'm happy as a lark. Happened in my lifetime. I just wish my dad had been around to see it. He's actually the one that used to watch them all the time. He's got me into them. Grew up in Joplin, Missouri, so
Mill is there on
there's only one really around, unless you wanted St. Louis, and nah, I didn't really care for
He brings
them.
a lot of things to the table, but the thing I like the most is how prepared he always is. I mean, he can run and he can tackle, and he watches.
And good thing I didn't, because now they're in Arizona.
Anticipates what the offense is going to run before they call the play.
Walls, the man in motion.
I hope so. It'd be nice to see more often, but at least I got to see it once.
Dropped in the backfield.
No, can't have that taken away from me.
Wins that battle.
Yeah, and he was looking for a
And even if they say they cheated like
defenders had all
the
their
Patriots, I'm
gaps,
still
and
gonna
there was
take
no
it.
place to cut it off.
See, I'm a Lightning fan on hockey, and they won a championship, so I've seen that. Razorback basketball, as I'm a Razorback, obviously, being around that area. I was born in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Number 93 is there on the
So yeah, Mayday and all them, back when Nolan Richardson was coaching, I got to see that.
the punting team coming in.
Got to see the Cubs, which is my baseball team, win the championship a couple years ago. So really the only one I'm waiting on is the Razorback football team. 'Cause, they haven't done that when I've been old enough to know about it, so just waiting on that one. Everything else is good so far. Never really cared about NBA basketball. I was kind of a Jordan fan when he was around, so I did root for the Bulls, but I don't really count that as. I never really had an NBA team per se, so.
Split backs this time. This one is handed off. Number 54.
But I'll have all of them fulfilled if the Razorbacks football team can do something someday before I pass. Yeah, they were some bombs.
Coming up here.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
Williamson, yep.
Looking for room.
Yep.
They'll spot this one at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that team was tough.
Hey, if you can keep running the ball in the fourth
And it's
quarter,
kind of shocking, really, when you think about it, because a lot of times you hit
because it keeps them off balance.
games where you don't, which I know they lost some games, but like in the tournament run, you'd think you'd hit a game here and there. Maybe you didn't hit the threes, but they could pop the threes all day long. It seemed
Had
like.
some success, but they were hoping for a little more out of their running game today.
It's second down and a long way to go.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
What we got here? 4-point game. Armageddon got the lead. Mammoths have the ball.
Came with a blitz and there wasn't anywhere to go.
Yeah, and that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes. At that time, there were no holes at all.
Ball at midfield.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
A little over right at 3.5 minutes left.
Pressure going long.
Uh-oh.
He's there.
Wow, what a pass.
That screen pass really fooled the defense. They weren't even close
Screen
enough
pass?
to make an attempted tackle.
What is he talking about? I think we found a glitch.
Anderson comes in for the extra point.
That was a bomb there.
Good.
These are the kind of games you
Dropped it in a
crowd into
basket.
it, the coach's brains are in overdrive, the players are all hyped up.
Plenty of time, though.
He switched
Home
on.
team does take the lead, however. I don't know why that little flicker happens every now and then. Doesn't do it every time. It's weird. Probably just because it's old code. Working on a newer GPU. Or crap, maybe it did it when the game was new. I have no idea.
He won't have a chance for a return here. The visiting team will start this drive from the 20-yard line.
Maximum Football 2020, I heard, is coming September.
Ball on
And they
the
have
40-yard line.
signed an agreement with Unity,
Receives the handoff. They'll go with a play fake. Brings it
so
back.
they will have a new.
It's loose.
Uh-oh.
The home team.
Oh no, they didn't need that.
Unbelievable. What a time to cough up the ball.
They should see improvements in pretty much every aspect of their game. So I'll be getting that to support them.
24-yard line.
That's the game the guy I was talking about earlier is making for Canuck Play. I bought this year's version, but I don't play it very much on. I got it on PS4, but it's close, but it's not quite there. So I'm hoping this Unity deal can get them over the hump here. There was like only 3 of them working together before, but it does have a college football piece to it. You do the recruiting and all that stuff too. It's just the on-field gameplay it needs a little work. So we'll see what kind of improvements they can make in September. But like I mentioned before, I'm excited about the SMB3 coming. I can't wait for that to come out. It's supposed to be this month, but I got a feeling it's going to be like the 28th or something like that, which I believe is a Tuesday. Oh, and they take the lead back to Donald Driver. Must not have been too hurt earlier. That's his second touchdown of the game. 3 receptions, 92 yards. That's I got the hiccups. Yeah, I love that game, dude. Have you seen SMB2 or do you have it or anything? The customization alone in it is just unbelievable, dude. Which to be fair, Maximum Football 2019 has that customization as well. It has a logo editor and all that stuff. No, you haven't seen SMB2? It's pretty good. It just doesn't have the franchise mode. It just has a season mode. There should be a couple VODs on this channel if you want to check any of those out to get a look at it. It's a fun game. And you can change players, looks, eye color, hair color, all. It's a little cartoon looking. I mean, it's not like MLB, but the gameplay is pretty good. Yeah, it's cool, dude. I like it. Like I said, I'm really excited about the 3rd one. It's a Madden franchise. But as you can tell by the football game, I'm into the customization. The more of that I can do, the better. I would get SMB3 on PC, except for 2 things. I don't know that you can import custom graphics for logos and stuff like you can this. And I think I would have to have it on PS4 to be able to use the utility to bring my already created stuff over to it. So I'm sure I'll end up having it on PS4. Anyway, I do stream that every now and then, SMB2. That was out of bounds. Does that look out of bounds? It looked out of bounds to me. Let's see. Stands. Oh, they called it complete. Wow, I didn't think he had both feet down with the ball.
That's one of those calls where you just want to be sure the officials made the right call in the field. It didn't get overturned, but the coach has to feel better.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to get to it a little more often here. I went almost not quite a week without doing the 2nd game, but I've done a couple today, so plan on doing a couple more tomorrow, and then I think Dwayne and Rich may want to play some Fortnite, so I don't know if we'll be jumping on that sometime tomorrow or not. I usually don't stream that, but I do stream it every now and then. But yeah, man, get some sleep. Thanks for stopping in.
They're blitzing. Dishes out punishment at the 46-yard line. Nothing happening for him on that scramble.
As a quarterback, you got to be patient.
Fork knife, yeah.
For something to open up.
2-minute warning coming up.
Yeah, we get the 3 of us going. What system are you on? You play that on PC? Oh, you too, man.
Kelly is there on the stop. Pretty good coverage downfield, so he decided to pack it in, picked up a handful in the process.
And that's just the kind of thing he'll do. He's very good at creating opportunities with his legs.
3rd down. To convert, they have to get it to the 45-yard line.
Xbox. Well, I mean, at least it's cross-platform because we got I go back and forth. I play on PS4 or PC, and then Dwayne is either on mobile or
Gets the pass
uh,
off target.
I think he does mobile or PC
There for
or
the
PS4. I mean,
at the
I don't know
49.
if he plays it on
Got the
PC or
tackles
not.
on
And
the
then
run.
Rich is all PS4, but we usually have Sammy, who's PS4, come in. He's pretty good, but
Long down the right side of the field.
if three of us get together or something tomorrow, we may have to hit you up if you're available. See if we can bring you in a squad.
To convert.
First and 10.
What time you get home from work that you might be available for that?
Hand it off. They're going to spot this one at the
Mammoth's
46.
opening up a lead
Stopped
here.
it there
Looks like
to
they're
go
going to get the
our
win.
numbers. That's tackle number 6 for him. Armstrong with a nice burst through the middle that time. 5-yard pickup. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
7 p.m. What the hell?
They line up in the I formation.
You get up at 3:30 in the morning and you got to work till 7 p.m.
Brings him down. They're trying to find some room.
Sounds like strike conditions to me.
I'll tell you what happened. The defense was coming with a lot of guys in a run blitz.
Good
And
Lord.
the hole that play was supposed to go through was filled with defenders.
On third down, they have to reach the 41 to convert.
You have 410s or something?
Crosses it out to the right. Keeps his feet moving. Brown is
Oh,
there
Westbrook
for
with a carry.
at the 38-yard line. The defender got into the backfield, but he managed to escape and get the first down.
Anyway, I'll stop asking you questions, dude. Go get some sleep. And then go get some sleep.
Especially if he's in your backfield.
Ball on the 38-yard line. Number 71. is
Wow,
there
not much on that carry.
at the 38. Gain of about a yard.
Oh, 3 days. Oh, that's not too bad then. All right, bro. Get some rest, man.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
What's the hard count? Let's turn it up, D.
Gives the ball off. Number 53 is there for the
Calls a
tackle.
timeout.
Just back to the
Good
line
night,
of
dude.
scrimmage, and that's it.
This defense can
gain
put
on
the
the play.
brakes on you real fast.
Good night, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Give the pressure out, man. Get me going. We like to practice rules. Temple. Let's go, baby. Hey, D-line.
And there's the kneel down by the quarterback.
Looks like the Mammoths are going to get this win.
Hall will go back to accept this punt.
They're using all the time they can here. That's going to be a touchback.
And he signals for the fair catch.
Time's running out, so they're going to have to score quickly. And hope that the defense holds them so they have a chance to pull one out at the end.
It's first and 10.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
No timeouts left for the Armageddon. I think this is going to go up in the loss column for them.
They'll bring the blitz. It's going the
That's
other way.
picked off.
Keeps his feet moving.
Richard Sherman again. That's his second of the game.
And that time he's rewarded with the interception.
And that's going to seal the victory.
Job of reading where the quarterback wants to throw the ball. He'll anticipate the throw and then make the perfect play on it.
Yep, that's going to do it right there.
He'll just take
A little more defense in this game, though, so that's a plus. A little bit worried about that, the way those first 2 games went.
That's the end of the game. The final score is the home team.
All right, Mammoths get that win.
17.
This game is presented by the authority of the National Football League and EA Sports. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written permission of EA Sports sports is prohibited. This is Al Michaels. Good night.
All right, so that's going to end that game. So we'll end that and get the franchise saved here so we don't lose that result. And next game, we got one of my favorite logos for the Grizzlies at the She-Devils. So that ought to be interesting. Let's get that saved. Alright, we'll go ahead and exit out of that. And we'll flip back over to the desktop here. Not that we really have anything going on there. And we're going to end the stream there. Thank you guys for checking it out, and we'll see you next time. Peace.